Welcome to ProfessEMS, the podcast dedicated to educating, training, mentoring, and inspiring EMS educators and providers alike. Whether you're looking to grow as an educator or prosper as a provider, sit back, open those neural pathways, and let's get to it. Welcome to episode 1 of the ProfessEMS Podcast. My name is Ben Tacey. I'm the education manager for Master Your Medics. I still currently work in emergency services outside of Master Your Medics. So with that said, these thoughts, opinions, ideals, and all discussions do not reflect the opinions or thoughts of my employers or any of my affiliations. This podcast is sponsored by Master Your Medics. This is going to be our pilot episode as we're branching out through means of our distributive education and now entering the podcast realm. So our mission is to educate providers and educators alike. No matter what your experience is, the level of your certification or the level of your education or wherever you are in the world. Simply, our mission is to educate, train, and inspire. Our ideology for our means of education, or we'll say our pedagogy. That pedagogy is the method and practice of teaching. Okay, so our ideology of what we're really trying to do, the way we want to teach is we believe in making education engaging, professional, and relevant. So relevant to current practices and relevant to what the student actually wants. So we aim to deliver education in a method that is meaningful and desirable to you, the student. So whether you're a student that is, in an initial EMS training program, or you are a student who is just begin your refreshers or your recertifications, or you've been around the block a time or two, or this is your 10th dozen refresher, or you're a master educator that you are off the truck, you're out of the streets, and now you're educating those riding in the back, providing patient care. Whatever it may be, we are here for you. All right, so building off of that, the old saying of the sage on the stage, where you'd have somebody come and they get up on the podium and they grab their PowerPoint clicker and they're just clicking away, reading you every bullet, never missing or emphasizing an italicized word. That is gone. Okay, students want more and they deserve more. They aren't attending courses to listen to war stories. They want to learn. We all know that in this profession, you really have to want to be in this field. So we owe that to our students who are there seeking it and just have that internal desire to be in this field, that we give them the best opportunity they can to grow and reach their potential. As advocates of this profession, it is our responsibility to ensure that they get what they need and what they deserve. Now, with that, since we are an online education company, we do believe that online education has become the new norm. It has so many benefits to it, whether it's making it easier on the student to access material or reaching it out, sending it out to the masses, whatever it may be. That has now become the new norm. So tweaking the education to meet the standard and desirable. We live in a connected world where we're all on our devices, and being able to utilize what's at our fingertips literally to develop and expand out your education is, why not, right? All right. But with that said, face-to-face instruction cannot be replaced. In a field such as EMS, where there is a large hands-on component and learning the hard skills such as, medication administration, IV access, intubation, all those wild plethora of, professional skills that we can do, that can never be replaced outside of the classroom. However, online education and a lot of other things can greatly supplement all those hands-on things. Okay, so it doesn't have to just be said, let me spoon feed this to you. Our job as educators is to facilitate education, not spoon feed and give them all the information that we think that they need to know. We are there to facilitate and let them gain as much knowledge as they possibly can. All right. So, and whether that means, we are doing the face-to-face methods and, creating a flipped classroom per se, or some means of hybrid education where we have that componentry of online and we're still meeting face-to-face, whatever kind of nomenclature you want to use in that. But it is, the hybrid method is now pretty much the new norm and the standard, and you got to keep up with it. So whether that is, disseminating education in a asynchronous environment, meaning that you're not actually attending something live, like this podcast. This is asynchronous education. So it's recorded, edited, and then put out for you to watch or listen to at your leisure. And then there is synchronous. That is like a Zoom meeting or whatever type of web meeting you go to, where you're engaged in the online environment and everybody there is there at the same time. So we kind of take the classroom, but now sitting in your chair at home or wherever you attend your work is now your synchronous online environment. But I don't want this to come off as this podcast is only about doing online education, because as I said, the face-to-face component is there and that is such a critical part of developing those skills, soft skills and hard skills, and just interpersonal relationships with your peers, students, educators, and so on. Okay, so not only just for hybrid education, but all facets of education and training as it relates to EMS. And outside of just talking about education, we're going to talk about everything dealing with EMS. So we're here to educate you as the educator, as a student, as a senior provider, somebody well experienced, anybody involved in EMS by any stretch of the imagination. This podcast is for you. I will be hosting the podcast primarily, but we will routinely have guests and speakers to aid in our mission and what we want to talk about, and so you don't have to just listen to my voice all the time. If you have a suggestion of somebody you would like to see be on our podcast, email me. It's just ben@masteryourmedics.com. So give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, or just pencil us in on your calendar to join us as we teach, learn, and grow. Until then, stay safe, learn something new, and pay that forward by teaching somebody else something new.